Hey everybody, this is Don with WizardCon, and I want to thank you for tuning into our video today. We are gearing up for WizardCon 2026. The website is up and running. We have a few features that have not been uploaded yet, such as the ability for vendors to go ahead and sign up. That'll be loaded today, December 8th, and also the ability for you as a convention goer to sign up for games, put games on, and do all that, and that should be up either later on tonight, December 8th, or definitely tomorrow, December 9th. So by close of day, December 9th, the website will be totally up and running 100%, and so you'll be good to go there. I want to talk a little bit in today's video about what makes WizardCon 2026 better than 2025. One of the biggest changes we had is we have a change in venue. The other venue that we had in Kalamazoo, we had a myriad of issues with it. There were issues with promised menus. Those menus and drink menus were not followed through with. We had issues with the hotel with Wi-Fi. We had several people comment that the rooms were not up to par with what they expected out of a hotel chain. Just a lot of issues. So we decided, like we originally wanted to, is to have the hotel or the convention in Battle Creek, Michigan. So we partnered with IHG Hotels and Holiday Inn at their new convention hotel spot here in Battle Creek, right off of Beckley Road. And that is where we're having it. Now, some of the cool things we're going to be having at the new convention for 2026 that are different. Better hotel, more modern rooms. Matter of fact, the hotel is only a couple years old. The bar and restaurant is putting on a full menu and a full bar. As a matter of fact, if you go to wizardcon.org and you click the top venue, you'll be able to select the part where it says menu and food, and you actually look at the physical menu that they are going to be putting on for WizardCon, which is not a bad menu. It is a full bar. Ignore the hours of operation on the menu because they have agreed to stay open later for us to help with feeding our convention goers and also to make it more convenient to you. Like if you want to have a drink in the evening, you're able to go have a drink in the evening. If you want to go get a drink and bring it back to your table and game, you're going to be able to do that. We're also going to be working on the ability to have maybe one or two people maybe kind of helping you with that. We kind of looked at some other conventions, like mainly North Texas, where they have the barmaids that kind of walk around and will bring you drinks and such. So we're going to try see if we can kind of get something fitting like that, so you can go ahead and not have to get up from your table to get food or drinks. We also, besides having the better location for convention goers, we looked at vendors and we thought really hard about the input we got from vendors. What we did at the end of the convention last year was we sent out a kind of a question and answer flyer saying, you know, what did you like? What didn't you like? How do you think you can make it better? And we got a lot of response, a lot more than what we thought. Out of all the questionnaires that we sent out, we had about a 70, or it was about an 85% actually response rate, a little bit higher, of people sending us back input. And we were very happy for that because that shows people cared about the convention. They wanted to give their feedback, and that was one of the biggest things that people commented on within their flyers was, we want to see WizardCon succeed. We are glad you guys are here, which we appreciate, and we just want to see you become better, so this is why we're giving the feedback. And we looked at that critical feedback in a very, very centered way on it and said, you know what, we owe you, the convention goer, to kind of listen to what you had to say. So again, vendors. One of the big things was in the old convention, the vendors were kind of off in a vendor hall off to the side. We thought about that. We looked at that. And in this one, we're going to have, along with the ability for vendors to purchase tables within the game room, right outside the game room in the main hallway is going to be where the main vendor space is at. So in order to get to the game room, in order to leave the game room, people are going to have to walk through the vendor area. So that will get vendors more traffic, more people with eyes on your table. Along with that, we're going to be doing live streams. What we're going to do is throughout the convention several times a day, we're going to live stream. We're going to be walking up the tables and we're going to be interviewing the vendors and talking about, what do you have for sale? Tell us a little bit about who you are. Do you got a website maybe people can go to? Do you got a social media presence that people can go to? We're going to be highlighting some of your guys' stuff you have for sale, because last year there was a lot of cool stuff. So that's going to give exposure to the vendors. Also, as vendors start signing up, we're going to be doing probably 2-3 times a week a vendor spotlight. We're going to highlight that vendor, show their website, show what they have, to kind of get hype up to what when supposed game day comes, so you guys can go ahead and have a lot more eyes and ears on your post. Along with that, we're going to have a lot of cool things there. Right now, we're kind of getting it organized. We're going to have a couple of role-playing game contests where people can join for free. They can play the game, and it's kind of like last man standing wins. You're going to be able to win cool prizes. Along with that, we're going to have people that are going to be able to take a picture with a Tomb of Horrors display, which is the dungeon wall with the head, which is going to be a free thing. You can go get pictures taken with that. We're going to have a movie prop display where we're going to have things like R2-D2 and R5-D4 and some other droids and movie props. You're going to be able to get pictures taken with that for free. We're going to have random trivia for badge holders. And what that is we're going to go ahead and we're just going to be walking up to people randomly and say, you want to win a prize? Answer this game trivia. And we're going to ask the trivia, and if they get it right, they win the prize on the spot. So that's kind of like fun, kind of impromptu stuff that we're going to be doing. Along with that, we're going to be having a lot of cool people there. We're going to have some celebrity guests there, people like Merle Rasmussen and Tom Wham, creator of Merle Rasmussen, creator of Top Secret, the role-playing game, and other games. We got Tom Wham, who is the creator of Snith's Revenge and a whole lot of other cool small games and board games and such. We got Eric Tenkar from Tenkar's Tavern, a game vlogger. We've got Jim Kitchen, who is the auctioneer for a lot of big conventions like GaryCon and such. And just a whole bunch of other people showing up in support of the convention that we appreciate. Trying to think of all the things we got going here for this video here. We've got a on-site raffle. So basically twice on Saturday and twice on Friday, we're going to be having a raffle. You're going to be able to buy raffle tickets for $1 a piece. If your raffle ticket number is chosen, well, then you're going to be able to win the prize. So we're going to have some cool prizes for that. I'm just kind of looking at my notes here. We got all kinds of things. Like I said, we're going to have live streams and such. We got hopefully have a lot of cool vendors. A lot of cool vendors are inquiring about us. Plus, we're going to have, again, on-site gaming. You're going to be able to set up your own game. If you want to play some D&D, set up a D&D game, and people can sign up for it and such. We've got a lot more better organization this time around. All tables will have table numbers on them. Each game will be numbered, so you will know if you're signed up for table number 12 for a D&D game, you're going to be able to find table number 12 very easily. The games also will be clearly displayed on a large board outside the game hall where you're going to be able to go look at it. All convention goers are going to be getting a really cool convention map. It is a map that kind of maps out all the different areas in the convention space, and it's going to be kind of styled in a D&D style dungeon. It's going to be like a dungeon look to it. Also on site, for those of you who are attending the convention and getting a room, we have special rates for the rooms. Holiday Inn has graciously given us a special rate. You're going to save about $40 a night or more. Also along with that, there is an indoor pool. There is a weight room if you want to go ahead and work out a little bit, kind of get those shoulders loosened up for the game you're getting ready to play. Again, full-size restaurant menu, full-size restaurant bar menu. They got a lot of cool food on there. Just some of the food, kind of give you guys an idea of what we got going here food-wise. For appetizers, there are things like buffalo wings, chicken strips, quesadillas, pub chips, fried pickles. For entrees, you're going to get fish and chips, chicken broccoli Alfredo, ribeye steak, Monterey grilled chicken. There's going to be plenty of burgers and sandwiches like the classic burger, BLT club wrap, Tuscan chicken sandwich, a build-your-own burger, barbecue bacon cheddar burger. There's going to be some salads such as a Caesar salad, a grilled sirloin salad, desserts, brownie sundaes, New York cheesecake, sides, things like French fries and mashed potatoes, rice pilaf, pub chips, seasonal vegetables. So that is as far as the food goes. As far as drinks go, they've got handcrafted cocktails. They got beers, red wine, white wine. The beer selection alone is pretty good. It's Blue Moon, Goose Island IPA, Samuel Adams, Lettenkrugel Seasonal, if I'm spelling or pronouncing that right. White Claw Watermelon. There's going to be Bud Light, Miller Lite, Budweiser. There's going to be Coors. Joe, you know who I'm talking about. We'll be happy about the Coors. There's going to be Bud Light and seasonal beers on tap. There's going to be things like coffee, tea, milk, assorted soft drinks, plus a full bar. So whether you're into a good gin and tonic like I am, or if you're into things like Bloody Marys or a whiskey sour, things like that, they got a full bar menu there. And plus, like I said, it's going to be staying open when normally they're closed, just for us, the convention, and plus they're going to be staying open later. So if later in the evening you're more of a late eater than you are an early eater like I am, you're going to be able to grab food later and such. Also, where the hotel's located at, if for some reason you want to go out and have food, or if you just are not really in the mood for what's on the menu, you're going to be able to DoorDash it in and such, or Grubhub it. Also, within literally within a 10-minute drive of the venue, there's in excess of 30 different food restaurants and places. There is a Starbucks. There is a couple Mexican restaurants. There's a Chili's, a McDonald's, a Steak and Shake, a Slotchki's Deli. There's a bunch of mom and pop pizza places. There's a brand new steak and cheese place that is opening up next week. There is a brand new Olive Garden, a brand new Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse. There's an Applebee's. There's a wings place. There's a place called Horrocks where you'll be able to go in and grab some wine and some food and such, that they kind of have like this little nice bar area up front. They have live music and such late on Saturday night. So if you want to go after the convention closes and go over to, they're like a 5-minute drive, be able to check that out. There's going to be a Jack in the Box, Red Lobster, a couple different mom and pop burger places. There's a couple of diners. There's a chili dog place. Again, lots and lots of food choices here in Battle Creek that you'd be surprised about, right in the general area. Also, right next to the hotel, there's a grocery store called Myers. And if you want to go over there and just grab stuff to take back to your room, you can do that. They got like a small little chicken place in there where you can get some broaster chicken and chicken strips and things like that. And they've got like a Subway in there, I think, and all that. So lots of things for the convention, lots of things happening outside the convention. So yeah, I just want to do a quick video. Just kind of tell you guys about the convention, about some of the things we're having. Again, vendors, better location for the vendors. We've got we're going to have some really cool celebrity games for charity. As an example, Merle Rasmussen's running a couple of top secret games. You're going to be able to go, and for paying a fee to be able to game with him, you're going to get several hours of gaming with him. You're going to get fed. You're going to have free drinks and food in there while you're at it. Plus, you're going to get a commemorative type of game module that he'll sign for you and such. We've got Mark Hunt from Gangbusters doing the same thing. And we got Glenn Hallstrom also doing the same thing, but Glenn's going to be running Ghostbusters. So you're going to be able to either play one of two top secret adventure games, or you're going to be able to play a special Gangbusters game, which is a 1920s gangster, rum runner type of game, or you're going to be able to play a classic Ghostbusters RPG with Glenn. So like I said, lots of things happening, lots of things going on with the convention. So this is Don with WizardCon signing off. Hope everybody has a good week. Again, we're going to be posting a lot of stuff on our social media, just more and more stuff about what's happening coming up, kind of running up to the convention. And that's not to mention the other type of people we got coming, which is going to be Heidi Gygax Garland from Gaxland Games. They are running they have their new board game out. They've got a couple game modules out. Heidi is the daughter of Gary Gygax, who is the creator of Dungeons and Dragons. Just like I said, a lot of really cool people are showing up to this. So this year is going to be a little bit bigger and a whole lot better. So this is Don with WizardCon. Thanks for tuning in. Check out wizardcon.org and get signed up, and can't wait to see you.